All right, hi everybody. Let's get right into part one. In part one, you will typically have a gap fill test. You will hear a recording and you simply have to put in the missing word. Now, the first thing that you should always know about this listening test and most listening tests is that the difficulty will vary. Some questions are going to be easy. Some questions are going to be more difficult. So it's really important to understand the more time you spend listening, improving your listening, building your listening habits, the easier the questions will become. Let's get into the tips. Tip number one, everyone talks about this, read and guess the answer. That's the main thing we're going to be doing here. If you're doing the paper-based test, or if you can take notes, write down what you think the answer's going to be. That is extremely important. It gets your brain moving. Second point on that is guess quickly, all right? Don't worry about getting the right answer or thinking, oh, I'm not sure about this. Guess no matter what. Even if it's wrong, it's better that you make the quick guess, whatever word comes to your head when you see the blank. You'll be seeing how to do this in just a few minutes. The reason you need to do that is that it is easier for your brain to guess an answer and then check. That is easier than if you just wait for information to come. Lots of research, psycholinguistics, neuroscience, educational research all talks about how if you guess and check, it'll be easier for you to catch the information. So make sure that you're always making the guess. And if you don't know, I always tell my students, just write ice cream. The point is, write something down so that your brain has a reference point. And of course, practice this. The next point to remember is you want to make sure that you are listening all the time. Some answers are going to be very short-fronted. That means if an example is, hi, my telephone number is, and then they give you a number, that's a short-fronted question. The answer comes very quickly when you think you need to know it. Some of the questions are going to be long-fronted. That means they might say, hi, I'd like your telephone number, please. And then there will be a long period of speech before finally they give the telephone number, all right? Or they might say, excuse me, I'm having a problem. The other day I was driving to work, and they tell a story, and then they say, and then my car broke down. So you have to listen for all that time. And also be careful. They might do something like this. Hi, I'm having a problem. It's raining right now, and I was driving to work, and then they go on and on and on. And so they mention rain, and they might be trying to see if you're really paying attention. And I used to see this a lot. My students would hear, hi, I'm having a problem, it's raining. And they think that the answer is rain, so they start writing, and they stop listening. And then the man says, and then my car broke down. That's a long-fronted question. So make sure that even if you're writing down rain, that you're still listening. Early in my teaching career, I saw students do that all the time. They would start writing and then they would miss the answer. So just make sure that you maintain your listening. Finally, and this is an easy one, but it could make a big difference on your test, know your alphabet and numbers. Not knowing the alphabet could cost you 1 or 2 points. As an example, I know that in Spanish, I and E can be very confusing. You might hear I. You might hear E and think it's an I. So make sure you've drilled that into your head. I have had students from a Spanish-speaking background, and for a week, I had to go I-E and make sure they understood the difference there. Trust me, that's an easy point to get a spelling question. So they might say, hi, what's your name? And he'll say John Smith, S-M-I-T-H. So you need to make sure that your alphabet is clear, easy, you know what to do. So here you go, everyone. This is test 1 from IELTS 7. I'll put a link to Amazon if you want to buy the book. The audio is very easily available online. You can take a look for that. Now, all we're going to do here is read the questions, guess the answers. So if we take a look here, the first thing to remember is read the instructions. No more than 3 words. So you can have 3 words, 2 words, or 1 word. Let's start guessing. Now, you can see here we've got transport from airport to Milton. This is all about airports. So think about your experience with airports. They have an example, which they no longer have in the IELTS test, and then we start. Now it says here, options. Car hire, doesn't want to drive. 1, expensive. So this might say taxi, all right? So my immediate reaction is I'm thinking we've got car hire is an option, doesn't want to drive. What's another option? Taxi. Another one, Uber. Another one, walking. Now, even though I said walking, and it says here expensive, that is completely wrong. All right, I know before listening that's going to be wrong, but the point is that my brain is attempting to think about the answer, and I'm doing this very quickly. 1 word, I move on. Then we see here, Greyhound bus, $15, okay, direct to the, so again here, it's an airport in a city, so it might say direct to the city, direct to the train station, direct to the bus station, direct to the hotel. Any of these are fine, but your brain is thinking, okay, these are the possible answers. Some teachers will say, think of the kind of word, so you might go direct to the location. I think that's fine, but I think in your brain, if you say bus station, hotel, that is a location, so your brain is doing that work a little bit more easily just by thinking of what word would fit here logically. And remember, if you can't understand it or you don't know, ice cream. Here, long, that's a tough one. So it might be like, you might think long bus, long ride. It could be long transfer, long wait. Any word that comes in. And by the way, if you say ice cream again, not a big deal. As long as there's something there. And remember, if you're trying, it's better than just waiting and doing nothing. You're actually getting your brain to try and get better. And if you're practicing this, it's going to get easier. We have here airport shuttle, blank service. So a nice simple one would be good service, comfortable service. Maybe you'll go frequent service. Maybe you'll go comfortable service. All of these are fine, and then you listen and you check. Every 2 hours, then we have prices. Need to call first. Need to book ahead. Any of these will be fine. Now we're on to the second part of part 1. Be careful, it changes a bit here. 1 word and or a number. So your options could be 1 word and a number. It could be 1 word, or it could just be a number. Now it gets nice and easy. Date, your birthday. That day could be the other one. Valentine's Day. Doesn't matter. Think about that. Bus time, 6 p.m. Nice and easy. Name, Janet Smith. My students always like to use my name, so that's a possibility. Flight number, very simple, right? ABC 123 12345. You can do that, or whatever your favorite airline is, VA689. It's up to you. I think these ones are quite easy. Don't take them for granted. And finally here, you can see credit card number, Visa. Again, it's going to be another number, 123-89586, whatever it is. Get your brain thinking about it so that when the information comes, you know it's going to be there. That's it, everybody. That's part 1. My advice would be have a listen. See how well you did. And yeah, let me know in the comments how that goes, all right? And remember, if you get some of them wrong, listen again and try to understand what was the problem. What did you not understand that caused you to get it wrong? If you can start your listening test with 10 points, it's going to feel really good and you're going to go forward with a lot of confidence. I'll see you soon for part 2.